So today I'll be showing you how to use the software, the color and opacity software included with the CR20. So what I have in the table is the CR20 and the white plate, opacity card, and this pen drive contains the software as well as the license key for the software. Okay. So how do we get it set up is, first and foremost we connect the USB cable to the CR20 and the other end we connect it to the PC. Okay. So immediately when we set up the equipment, the PC does not detect the equipment. So what we have to do is first power on the equipment. There will be a display that says perform white calibration. What we do now is press the center button which says menu OK, and you will see a list of options. We are going to go down all the way to USB connect. Okay. So now in USB connect you will see two options, PC and printer. We will select PC. Okay. So once you select PC, it will be written here connecting to the PC, and on my PC a window pops up saying CR20 over here and has three folders: app, data and manual. Once this pop up, or sometimes you may have another pop-up box, open a folder or something, this indicates that the CR20 is successfully connected to the PC. Next what we will do is take the pen drive and connect it to the PC. So once the pen drive connected, it actually pops up for me that pen drive in drive E color soft is connected, and you have the folder over here. So in case nothing pops up, okay, let me close all of this. We'll go to my computer or this folder icon over here, and we'll click this PC, and you can see that there's two additions here. You have CR20 and you have ColorSoft. Okay, so we'll open the ColorSoft drive. Okay, so we could actually open the software from here, but I would recommend to copy to the C drive. So what you do is right click, copy, go to this PC, open C drive, right click over here and click paste. Okay, so once you have, I've already done it on my PC, so I already have it here, CR20 color and opacity software. So once you have pasted it, double click on the folder and you will see this file cr20.exe. right click on this file, send to desktop create shortcut. Okay. Once you have done so, you will have a shortcut over here. So this makes it easy for you to run the software every time. Okay. So we'll go ahead to open up the software. The software takes about 3 seconds to open up. So after clicking, you might find that nothing happened, but just wait about 3 seconds. So this is the software interface. The buttons in green are the clickable buttons. So you have white calibration, color mode, measure target. You have two modes here, color mode and opacity mode. So color mode is to do data management or data logging for color measurement, while opacity mode does the data logging for opacity. Just a minute, my laptop is gonna run out of battery. Okay, so I will run through the process to use the software. First we will click white calibration. Okay, it will prompt click yes to perform white calibration. So what we will do here is place the equipment on the white calibration and then click yes, or else you can click on the keyboard enter. Okay. So once the white calibration is completed, it will say white calibration completed. Click OK or press enter on the keyboard. Okay. So Now the white calibration button has changed to measure, where we can actually proceed to take color measurement. However, I would just like to point out that this software could also do color comparison, which will to compare two different colors and let you know the resulting data of comparison. So to illustrate this mode, let me move this away. Okay, I have two glove samples. One is dark blue or slightly purplish, and one more is light blue. Okay, just for a quick check, though the actual practice will be to fold the glove and to measure palm, I will not be doing this for this test. Okay. So let's say I would like to check the color comparison between this glove and this glove being a reference color and this glove being a standard color. So I would place the meter here, okay, and I would go and select measure target. So target means reference or means standard. So measure target, click yes to perform target measurement. Either I click with my mouse or I press enter on the keyboard. Okay. So it has taken a target measurement. This is the date and time, and this is the color of the dark glove. I could actually rename it by double clicking here and typing in, for example, dark blue. Okay. And if I click anywhere on the screen, it will save it or kind of store it. Okay. So next, I would like to check the color of this glove. I'll place the equipment here and I can press measure. Okay. It will take a measurement. Okay. Alternatively, if you click anywhere on the screen and press F8 on the keyboard, it will act as a shortcut key for the measurement. Okay. So here we have the data over here, indicates the color of the sample or color of the blue, light blue glove. So it will record the LAB data as well as delta LAB data. So to understand this data, the target glove or the dark glove had a LAB of 38.52, 6.82 and negative 42.71, whereas the sample glove had data of 59.23, negative 22.62 and negative 26.70. So this indicates there's two different colors of the glove. The software also comes up with delta L, delta A, delta B. Delta means difference or the change between it. So how this works is it takes this data of the sample minus the data of the target. So for delta L will be 59.23 minus 38.52 gives you 20.71, so on for delta A and delta B. So this is an easy way to see how much of color difference there is between the sample and the target. There is also another metric called delta E star AB, or generally known as delta E, which is basically delta L squared plus delta A squared plus delta B squared, and the whole thing we have a square root. So if you're interested, I could actually share with you the formula and understanding on this, but basically delta E is a single number to denote the total color change. So if delta L, delta A and delta B was 0 or very close to 0, delta E will also be 0 or very close to 0. So instead of going through delta L, delta A and delta B to understand color change, a single value on delta E, the further it is from 0, for example, if let's say it was 1.5, then you know that the total color change of the glove was 1.5, and later on if you want to identify why it is 1.5, you can actually start looking into delta L and see out of delta L, delta A and delta B, which one has the highest data spike. Okay. So this is a method of using it. You could use this software without measuring the target. So if you do not measure the target, you can just start to click measure, and it will not give you any delta values, it will just log the LAB. So you can actually use this software for LAB data logging. Okay. So with this covered, I will show you the opacity mode. So we can directly shift from color mode to opacity mode. We do not need to restart the software, re-establish white calibration, just click on it and you can actually get into opacity mode. Okay, so for opacity mode we actually need to use this contrast card or opacity cards for the measurement. So as you can see, the opacity card has two sides. One is the white surface and one is the black surface. So the measurement of opacity is a measurement over white and black. Okay, in order to do so for glove samples, we actually need to place the opacity card inside the glove, and we only want to measure one layer. The reason of measuring opacity is to check how well what is the hiding power of the color of the glove, in the sense that if the opacity was 100 and I would have put my hand inside the glove, I will not see my hand at all. It will be completely opaque color, or you can say completely solid color. So in view of glove measurement, this card is rather too big to go inside the glove. So what we advise is to cut the card into half lengthwise. I have a sample card which I have cut, but I've cut it a bit too small. So how this works is, we place the card inside the glove just like this. So you can see there is a white section and a dark section. Okay, so moving back to the software, okay, we will click measure. Again, you can click F8 on the keyboard for it. So you will say, please place your sample on white background. So we'll move this CR20 on the white background. We could click enter on the keyboard. Okay, and then it says, please place your sample on the black background. So we move to the black. Please note that the black background may be harder to see depending on the color of the glove. Okay, click yes. Okay, so it actually provides you the data. Okay, why black and why white. Capital Y actually denotes the percentage reflectance. Basically, when you take a measurement with the CR20, if you do not put a sample, when you take measurement, you realize there's a light flash over here. So when you put it on the surface, if 100% of the light was to reflect back into the sensor, the Y would be 100. Okay, if due to some scattering of the effect or some absorption of light through the material, the light does not return back 100%, it may denote that the light return back 95% or 90% or whatever it is respectively. So what this matrix shows that the Y reflectance on the black was 21.61 and the reflectance on white was 38.78, and when they divide each other and times with 100, you get the opacity value. So basically this glove has the opacity or transparency, you can call it, of 55%. So I will take a measurement on this dark glove. And visually you can see that the hiding power of this glove is so much better that you do not see the card very well here. So I'm going to repeat the measurement. Please note that for the opacity measurement, it's only based on single layer of the glove and not putting it behind two layers. This will not give you the right data of opacity. So in the software, I will click measure. Please place your sample on the white background. Place it on the white, press enter on the keyboard. Okay, please place your sample on the black background. Okay. So as you can see here that the percentage reflectance is almost similar. Y on black is 9.69 and Y on white is 11.06, hence the opacity is about 90.11%. Okay, so let me show you on if the object is really opaque. For example, if I were to take this white card and place it over here and I measure over the white, and I measure over the black. Okay, so due to some inconsistency of the color or some discoloration of the product, hence I'm not getting 100%, but I'm getting very close to 100%, 99.26. So this is how we are actually using the software. Okay. So once you are done with the data logging, you could actually save the data and choose to retrieve the data to continue your measurement. The point of this is you may be running this glove for the whole month, so every day you do data logging. So after you do data logging for today, you can open back the file and continue it for tomorrow, up to as long as you wish to. So how do we do this is to go to file and click save as. Okay, it will prompt where do you want to save it. I'm going to save it on the desktop, so I'm going to put opacity test, click save. Okay, I'm going to minimize the program, and you'll see that there is a opacity file here, to which I can open up, and it shows me that okay, maybe it's too big. Okay, so it shows that I have done 3 samples for opacity, and these are the following data. It also recorded the data I did in color mode. So I measured a target of dark blue, and these are the samples that I have. Okay. So I'm going to close this, and I'll close this software also. So let me reopen the software. Okay. And I'll go to file, open. I could select back the file that I saved just now, and you can see that the data has loaded back. The target is still dark blue, and these are the readings. This is sample readings, and the opacity readings are also here. Okay. So it's important to note that the file saved is an Excel format, so it's easy to copy out the data and do any other analysis such as statistical analysis if necessary. You could choose to change the, for example, if you want this to be highlighted to yellow, for example, it can be done. However, please do not add any more rows, any more columns, because this will affect the data output to the software. So if you like to change this to any other color, for example, it can be done. However, I advise you to best leave the software as it is, leave the exported data as it is, and if you need to change anything, copy the data from here to a new file before you do any modification. Okay. So I hope this video sums up the usage. It's important to note that this pen drive contains the license key, so try to keep it well and proper, and do not lose it or get it missing. Okay. Because without the pen drive key and I click white calibration, it says invalid license rejected. So without this key, you can't take any measurements. Okay, you may be able to view back the data on it, but you can't operate it. So it is very important to have this key. Okay. Right. I think if there's any questions, please feel free to contact me. This will be the end of the video. Thank you.